Many times I get asked, why is it so important that I have to go to church? I can be a Christian by myself and on my own. So 3 reasons why the church is important. One of the main purposes of the church is to equip the saints. Unfortunately, many churches fail to do this. Many preachers think their job is to provide a motivational message and basically gain volunteers so they don't have to pay staff. I've seen this far too often, and I'm not saying all churches are like that, but saying unfortunately a lot of them, especially in this mega church consumerism type of gatherings. In Ephesians 4:11 through 13 it says, "It was he who gave some as apostles, some as prophets, some as evangelists, some as pastors, and some as teachers, to equip the saints for the work of the ministry, that is, to build up the body of Christ until we all attain the unity of the faith and the knowledge of the Son of God, a mature person, attaining to the measure of Christ's full stature." So we are no longer to be children, tossed back and forth by the waves and carried about by every wind of teaching, carried by trickery of people and crafty and carry out deceitful schemes. So what Paul is saying is the purpose of the pastors and evangelists and the teachers and the prophets is to build up the body. Is to equip us for our service as ministry. And this is not saying that every Christian is supposed to be in full-time ministry, but in our daily lives is ministry. When we go to school, when we go to work, when we go to the grocery store, when we go to baseball games, everything that we do and everywhere that we go, it is ministry. The definition of ministry means to serve. When we're talking about the ministry of Christ, it means we're serving the world by loving and giving the gospel. Sometimes we use words. Sometimes it's being a godly person in front of our coworkers so they can see a difference. Praying for them whenever situations are going bad. Being an example person so that they can come and talk to us and see that we are living like Christ, and we can share our testimony with them so that they can know God as well. Another reason why it's important to go to church is so that we can grow together. In Proverbs 27:17 it says, "As iron sharpens iron, so a person sharpens his friend." And that means that we are better together, we grow together, and we're stronger. We can learn from each other's mistakes. We can learn from each other's wisdom. We can see how to do other things in a different way or in a better way, or we can grow faster when we're going together. As the ancient proverb says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. You can learn from somebody else's wisdom. You don't have to learn everything by trial, error, and experience. Another reason why we need to go to church is 1 Peter 5:8. He gives an analogy that brings the point home. He says, "Be sober and alert. Your enemy, the devil, like a roaring lion, is on the prowl, looking for someone to devour." So if you think about the History Channel or the National Geographic and you see there's a lion or a lioness that's going out to hunt.
They will try to separate a lone buffalo from its herd.
Usually it gets the one that is by itself. Usually the animals travel in packs, and whenever there was one by itself, that's the easy target. The devil wants you to experience church hurt, to get easily offended by the pastor or somebody else and think, I don't need to go to church. It's a waste of my time. They just want my money, and they're all hypocrites anyway. And so when that happens, then you stop going to church, and maybe you want to read the Bible by yourself. And maybe you do that for a time. But then slowly you get out of that habit and you stop reading the Bible, you stop praying, you stop doing all the things that would make you say that you were a Christian in the first place. Then you become an easy target for the enemy. And it says that he's roaring and he's looking for someone to devour. He's looking for an easy target to take out. A bonus reason why church is important is because your gifts are needed. Your talent is needed. Your personality, your character, your uniqueness is needed at the church. If you don't come to church, we are missing something. We're missing you. We're missing everything that you give. There's not another person that is like you. Your style, your creativity, what you bring to the table is missing if you are not going to church. It's okay to start with going to church and watching church services online, but it's important for you to find a body that you can serve with and you can learn and grow in. You don't want to just be a consumer where you're always receiving, but you also want to serve the body as well. You also want to start developing your own gifts and your own purpose as well. So make sure to subscribe. If you have more questions, put it in the chat. And until next time, peace.